I mean, coming right off that lake.
That's why they're there, essentially.
Wowzers.
Yep.
Now, a lot of places that are seeing the snow do not need the snow, including Grand Rapids, where we are nearly 3 feet above snow. Milwaukee, we are 3 inches above average on snow, and we are getting that to come down. It'll be through the day today. Michigan State here, of course, in Lansing. That's where we are going to see it come down. So if you're from the south and you went to school somewhere in the northern tier where they get all the snow, you're like, are you kidding me? It's mid-April. Why are we still seeing it? It is still there. So still boots, gloves, hat. Though maybe your blood's thickened up a little bit here at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. You know, it takes some time for some of us, but otherwise, I mean, with the winter we've had, you might be like, this is nothing. We can deal with this. Milwaukee all the way down to Janesville, it's going to start clearing out as we head a little bit later in the day. And into the UP of Michigan, you have to love snow if you live here. If you don't love snow and you live here, you're going to have a miserable existence, and there's no reason to live like that. Either surrender to it and accept it or move on with your life. Marquette, 40 inches above average on snowfall, but we see 1 to 2 inches. This is where you live if you love the snow. Into Buffalo, we had a record, to Jim's point yesterday, a record high of 86 degrees. But we're above average on snowfall here by 30.8 inches. But that was from a couple systems that we had way back, like in December. We really haven't had, you know, a huge snow as of late. Get a little rain-snow mix as we head through tonight into tomorrow. And I'll tell you what, the megalopolis, we've been shut out from Boston all the way down to D.C. New York, 27.5 below. Boston, 36 inches. That is 3 feet below. And we are not going to get any snow. Look at the Boston Marathon, though. I would say this is a pretty nice weather, with the exception of the rain here. If you can just get that clouds in the 50s, you could get some PRs, so long as it's not, you know, super slippery, because when it's cooler, it's just a lot easier to function and run. Though they did cancel the flyover, Jordan, due to the weather. Stable, and then stable layers as well. Anyhow, I digress back to the maps here because we could see a few of these thunderstorms, and it's going to be pretty dry because we don't have loads of moisture in the atmosphere, and that means that we could see lightning kick off some of these fires for us. And we did see a fire near Pueblo. It's been super dry there, and we still have those fire alerts anywhere from Nebraska down towards New Mexico. Isolated dry thunderstorms. You're like, well, how do I even get a thunderstorm? You can get enough moisture and forcing where you can get a storm to fire up, but you're just not going to have a lot of rain with it. I mean, sometimes you just have the clouds, you just see the lightning going, right? You don't actually see any rain, or maybe the rain falls and evaporates. You get virga that happens. So there are different players here, but critical fire weather from Colorado down to Logan. And here is that dry line. The dry line is warm and moist ahead of it, warm and dry behind it. So a lot of times you'll see those storms firing just in front of this dry line, and tomorrow we could see them from Woodward all the way down to Del Rio. We're talking Oklahoma and into Texas. And they're most common, these dry lines. Really, you see them most, I would say, into Texas. That's when we see them a lot. And you will see that. But as we go through the day, you get a little mixing right along this line here. And that means that you're going to get some more moisture. Everything kind of pushes east. And then at night, they actually start going back westbound here. And so they can have movement with them, Jim. Of rain if you don't have moisture, a lot of moisture through the entire atmosphere. So because we have it at the surface and going up into the mid levels, you're going to see that heavier snow, and you see it right here. You have some deeper blues on the radar. That's some heavier snow that's coming on into Wisconsin. And there's your rain rotating around through New England. This whole system takes through the day today. As we head into tomorrow to get out of here, takes its sweet time. The winds as well, those will start to wind down as we go into the evening and into tomorrow. But it hangs around into the morning hours. Definitely not as robust. Meanwhile, Buffalo is a record 86 degrees yesterday, and we're talking about maybe a little rain, snow getting into us. Otherwise, with that wind just screaming off of Superior, we have blizzard advisories for us here. And Jordan, overall, kind of that 1 to 3, but some spots will see heavier.
There for Patriots Day. Hey, flowers are in bloom. Warmer temperatures are arriving, at least for a couple of days anyway. So now it's time to get ready for spring, right? But whether you are a first-timer or you know your way around the garden and have a green thumb, getting started can be sometimes a little overwhelming.
Yes, one person that can help with the do's and